So before we dive into Performance Matters, first we have to know, well, how do you access Performance Matters? Performance Matters works the same exact way as all the other applications within the Volusia County Schools ecosystem. All users, students, and teachers will access Performance Matters through vPortal. The Performance Matters app should automatically be pushed out to all users. That again includes all staff and students as well. Find your Performance Matters app on vPortal if you're following along with your device. And you can go ahead and click on that icon. When you click on that icon, your Performance Matters dashboard will pop up. Now the student dashboard will look slightly different than yours. However, when you log in, you'll be able to see all of your students. And this is specifically if you have teacher access. If you have school level access and you're a coach, your ecosystem here might look a little bit different. But for the purpose of this training, we're going to focus on the teacher level access. The first thing you'll notice when you log in, you have a screen that says My Dashboard. You also have this Performance Matters logo at the very top of the screen. One thing that's good to know, if you ever get lost within any page of that Performance Matters platform, I can simply click on Performance Matters right on that logo, and it's going to load and bring me right back to my dashboard page. So whenever you get lost, just remember to go home, which is your dashboard section. Across the top of the bar, there are a few key pieces of information. First is your help. By clicking this help icon, it's going to bring you to a help center. Here, you can type in the search bar a specific thing and go through all the different pieces of the Performance Matter platform. So if you ever get lost or are not sure, the help tool is a great place to go. You also have a search bar. This search tool will bring you to a place where you could search all the different things within your platform. So here I can search for a specific assessment item, a specific item bank, when I may have made something, or last edited date. So there's lots of different, as you build assessments, this will become more populated if you choose to build an assessment within the Performance Matter platform. To go back to my home screen, I'm just going to go up to the top left and click on Performance Matters, and it's going to bring me right back to my dashboard. You also have the school year on the top right. Here, if I click FL Volusia County, you can see that I am in this year's school year. The second option, FL Volusia County 2023, is actually last school year. So the one without the year, Volusia County without a year, is the year you want to be on for this year's students. By default, it will always go to FL Volusia County, which is this year's current students. Here in the top right corner, you have something called the LaunchPad. Again, if you're familiar with School City, we had this same feature at the top of the screen. This is a series of quick access points. So if you're looking to create a test, you can come over here and select Create Test. If you're looking to build an item for an item bank style assessment, you could select Create Item. Assessment Manager lets you look at all of your assessments, the ones that are currently active from the district, along with assessments that you've looked at as well. OLA Student Status is how you navigate the testing platform while students are actually testing. And lastly, you have online scoring. Online scoring allows you to input student answers in the computer for multiple choice style assessments. So that's if a student did not take a test online and did not do a bubble sheet, you could manually enter those responses in, again, for multiple choice style assessments. And item analysis, where you can view the item analysis for an assessment. You'll notice some similarities between a LaunchPad and your menu buttons over here on the left. When I click on items, you'll notice I'm given the option to build a new item. This will add an item into our personal item bank. I can add a resource, which is kind of like a passage for ELA. If you want to have a text passage to go along with an item, you would add a resource. Rubric, allowing you to build a rubric. And lastly, Standards Explorer, where you can go in and view the different benchmarks or standards within the platform. The next option down is tests. This is all about assessments within Performance Matters. You can build a new test, which we'll look at in a little bit, between an item bank style assessment and an AKO answer key only. Assessment Manager lets you view, again, those current active assessments. The OLA student status, which again you saw underneath LaunchPad. And some additional options here, observational assessment, which we'll discuss at a later date. Online scoring, again, same thing as the LaunchPad. And then lastly, your scan view and scoring assignment summary. Continuing, clicking on reports gives you a plethora of different reports, which we will discuss some of these later on in this training. Down here on the bottom are all of the student names. I can sort students by the specific course that I teach. So if I only want to view homeroom, I can click homeroom. Or I can add additional courses. Every time you click on a course, it will add that information here. I could also view previously scored assessments. So if I wanted to see a specific test, I could click straight on ELA 03 Reading Camp 1 22-23 and see how the class did on that assessment. It gives me a very quick breakdown of the benchmark, the number of items, the number of students, and the overall score. So it's just a quick overall view to see how that group of students performed without having to dive into a menu. I can backspace or delete that test. And that will clear that out. And again, I'm just holding down my backspace button right here to clear out those selected courses. You could also search for a specific student. Now again, I'm in demo mode, so you see all of these hashtags here hiding all of the student identifiers, but you could select a specific student. When I select the student, just that one student becomes viewable. I could also filter by my attributes, such as students with disabilities. If I click SWD, it will show me only those students identified as students with disabilities. Same thing true for LEP. Any early warning, gifted, or accommodations will be displayed there as well. I can sort students by ID, from high to low or low to high, or by name A to Z, Z to A. From this screen, I also can click on a specific student. When I click on that specific student, a new tab is going to load. Now you can't see the new tab on your screen here because I do have that top part of the navigation bar blurred out, but it did open a new tab, and now I'm specifically at this student's page. Here, I can see some specifics about the student, including their schedule, their attendance, any discipline or early warning indicators, along with their academic grades from the previous school year. And again, that's broken down by course and by grading period. Any test results would be displayed here by simply clicking on test results. I could see those that were entered into the platform, the test name, when it was processed, and the score. If we had any observational assessments, which you won't have any district observational assessments, but they would be displayed here. State assessment scores are displayed, so you could see the scale score for those state scores. And any additional assessments. So these are all historical school city assessments that were loaded into the platform. Benchmark level data is also viewable under standards. You could sort by assessment category, all or secure district assessments. And you could select the benchmark to see how that student performed versus the class, school, and district. And currently on our site, there's not a lot of assessment data loaded in, so we're really not able to see exactly all the picture of how that student performed, but this is where you'd be able to get a benchmark level breakdown. To go back, I simply can close the tab. Again, you can't see my navigation bar up there, but I close the tab. And that will bring me right back to my dashboard. So your dashboard is a really quick, easy way to see and navigate how to access assessments and how to get that information about your students.